And as a result, we have these subprime lenders because the banks have more money to lend elsewhere to credit cards, high interest rates.
But how would you solve that problem?
Well, you got a lesson. You can't just completely cut out Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
So what would you do? What?
We got a lesson what the ultimately phase amounts.
How would you do that?
It's simple. Don't give them money anymore. Another thing,
what would you do with it? So if someone goes to get a loan, what would you do? What will happen? What will you do for that person?
well, that person goes to the bank and the bank decides whether or not they're creditworthy rather than the government decides if they're creditworthy. Government's the one through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA determining, okay, bank, well, we like that paper, we like this paper. We'll determine
whether... So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all these things are examples of communism in America.
Absolutely. Education, public education.
Public education is an example of communism in America. So there should be no public education?
No, we don't have a problem. We have education now.
No, but you want to do away with public education?
No, absolutely not.
Well, wait a minute. If you're telling me that public education is tantamount to communism, what do you want to do about it?
Here's the thing, Alan. They're out there now. People depend on it.
Well, you're not answering. My question is, we're talking to Jason Werner, who is seeking Dennis Kucinich's seat because he wants to fight communism. My question for you is, you're saying the public education system is another example of communism, yet you say you want a public education system.
Hey, Alan, I'm going to set you straight. I'm not running just to fight communism, okay? I'm fighting communism in my life all day long, okay?
All day long you're fighting communism?
I want to win an election, go into Washington, because I'm sick of...
No, but I'm trying to get you, pin you down on at least one issue here. You say you want public schools, right?
Listen, I don't want public schools. Ultimately, we need to phase it out.
You want to phase out public schools?
You can't just pull the carpet from these people. They're relying on it.
So what would you do?
Slowly phase it out, easily.
How would you... I'm confused.
Well, a good example of that is No Child Left Behind. I'm sick of seeing children getting shuffled through the system. I know you are.
Wait. Well, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to... I'm very confused now. You say you want public schools or you don't want public schools?
Well, here's the thing. We need them now, but you can't just pull the carpet.
So how are you going to move toward doing away with public schools?
Here's the thing. You need to overcome evil with good. We need to teach people that, there's a better way to raise your own children.
Well, wait a minute. So you would have no school system?
No, we're going to have a school system.
How would you have a school system?
We're raised in a situation where we just automatically think that, there's a school system there for me, and that's what...
Well, so you're saying you would have no school system?
There would be a school system if people want, no more government funded.
What kind of school system would you have?
Well, for example...
Who would fund it? Texaco?
No, Alan.
What kind of school system would you have?
For example, Alan, you see private school systems, let them go ahead.
So Joe's school system.
We have it now and it works.
You can have Joe's school system. The George Soros school system.
Yeah, that'll work.
How's that going to work?
If it works, just like the fairness doctrine. You know what? You can't force people to have both liberal and conservative. You said it before. Same exact...
Well, that doesn't answer my question about how you...
The private marketplace.
So we should just have private schools?
Absolutely.
So you want to do away with public schools? All right, we finally got to that answer. You say the purpose of all of what I do in my life is to serve Christ. Right?
That's correct.
Is that your job as a congressman?
When I serve Christ, I have convictions, and I know what's right. He changed my heart and changed my life.
Right, but so you want a theocratic society?
It's not so much about, theocratic.
You want to codify into law your religious beliefs?
That's really a ridiculous statement, Alan.
It's a question. It's called a ridiculous question.
Here's the thing. It's not about putting in...
No, I didn't make a ridiculous statement. I asked a ridiculous question. Do you want to make into law your religious beliefs?
Absolutely not. Here's the thing. We live in a society which accepts Muslims, accepts Jews, accepts Buddhists, accepts atheists. I was raised as an atheist. That's what I was. I was an atheist.
Yeah.
I now live for Christ.
All right, but
here's the thing. Christ, we don't force things on people. We believe in, Christians, we believe in freedom, love, hope.
Right.
The government...
So you want to pass laws based on your religious belief?
No, absolutely not.
When you say everything you do for Christ.
It's not about my religious belief. It's about my convictions. And I'd rather have a congressman representing me based upon his convictions rather than some, lobbyist group out there throwing money at me.
Well, I tell you, we're going to take a quick break. I want to play you back. I'm going to play for our audience some of the things you have on your website. You have some audio in there talking about having people march on Washington, going after gays, going after abortionists. Jason Werner is running for Congress against Dennis Kucinich. You didn't get the nomination of your party last time. What are your chances this time?
You know what? They're looking very good.
You have, what, $67 now?
I apologize for that. I haven't updated it yet. Last quarter raised more than $10,000. It hasn't been updated yet at the FCC.
Why don't you hit refresh?
The quarter just ended.
The what?
The quarter just ended on the 30th of September.
No, I just, on your website, you say you have $67 in your campaign.
It's on my website.
Is that not so that's not accurate information?
It's definitely on my website.
Your campaign, no, this is on your website. I believe it says $67 is what you have in your kitty right now. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Not correct. All right, you might want to update your site. We'll be right back at 8:07. Where is that from?
Probably from the FCC website.
And that's not accurate?
No, it's not.
All right, we'll come
it's not filed yet.
All right, we'll come right back at 877. We'll open up the phones. 877-367-2526.
Hi, Alan. I'm calling the